Wid Yi.
How many types of soul can you name? Go.
How many types of soul? A few.
Right, let's have them.
Lemon soul.
So, soul food.
Soul foods.
Yeah,
that's
okay,
a good one.
I'll accept that.
So
yeah.
lemon soul.
Yeah.
Soul food, because that's a thing from Louisiana, isn't it?
I just know it's a type of soul.
Northern soul.
What the hell's a northern soul?
Type of music.
Aye, soul music.
Yeah, northern soul.
I've never heard of it as northern soul. I just know it's soul music.
Northern soul.
Right. Yeah.
Soul music. That's
Soul music.
4.
No, that's 2.
No, that's 4.
Soul food and soul music. We're not taking your lemon soul and your northern soul. Soul is soul. So you've got soul music and
Yes.
soul food. You've got 2, right? Go.
David Soul.
The singer.
Actor.
Actor. David. Oh, David Soul.
David Soul.
I was thinking.
Hutch.
Yeah.
Hutch. David Soul.
He's a singer.
Well, he's a singer/actor.
He sings, "Don't give up on us, baby." Du, du, du. That's him, David
Yeah,
Soul, right?
yeah.
So that still comes under soul music.
That's
though.
5.
That's
You
still-
and I have a different interpretation of maths at this point in time.
That's 2. Soul music, right? Fine. 3. I'll give you that.
5.
David Soul. 3. Right.
5.
Come on then.
Soul Driver. That's a song by Ocean Colour Scene that nobody's heard of.
No, I'm not taking that. That's not a definition. That's the name of a song.
You asked me things that have soul in them.
No, I said how many types of soul can you name?
Right, soul music.
Right.
Northern soul.
Right.
It's technically different.
No, it's not. But okay, it's spelled different. Right. Come on.
Soul food.
Right. I'll give you that.
David Soul.
David Soul. Right.
I'm struggling.
What about? I'll give you a clue, right? If I do that,
Sole of your shoe.
yeah, I'll give.
I
you
mean, I
that.
did say that somewhere back there.
No, you didn't.
I'm sure I said sole
No,
of
you
my
said
shoe.
northern soul.
I'm sure I said
Technically,
the
if my-
sole of my shoe.
Technically, if my foot is pointing north, does that make it a northern soul?
Yes.
Ah, bollocks. Right, keep going. How many? Come on, there are more.
Am I allowed to ask Dr. Google?
No, don't go to Google. No, this is a test of your own.
Well, I'm flunking this test.
Not quite. You've got some.
The human soul.
Yeah, your eternal soul, your life
That's
force.
the word, yes.
Yeah.
The libido, the essence. Get in my belly!
Ishtifaja.
Bonging a blinch. Smoking a pancake? No.
No, bomb with a blinch.
There is no pleasing you.
Cigar and a crepe.
I always thought Goldmember was saying cigar and a crap, not cigar and a crepe. We used to work with a guy, right? True story. He'd come in every morning going, "Does anyone want a crap?"
Does you want a crepe?
I used to tell him, "Do it on your own time." I think I'm out.
You think you're out? You're missing a couple. Right.
Enlighten me.
Right.
Ye old philosophizer.
Never been called that in my life, but I'll take
The
it.
firsts.
It's a first.
There's a first, yeah?
But kinda. What about one of something alone? You know, a soul warrior or something like that. One off. He's on his own.
Oh, I've got another one.
Go on.
Soul trader.
So that still counts as you're on a one-off something. You know, soul trader. You know, it's still one. But yeah, okay, I'll give it to
Soul
you.
warrior, soul trader.
Yeah, it's the same kind of definition.
Uh-huh.
Right. What about fish?
I said lemon soul.
I thought you meant like the soul of a lemon.
No, lemon soul is a kind of fish.
Why don't you just say fucking fish?
Well, because lemon soul is a kind of fish that has soul in the title. If I said fish, you'd be like, "Oh, there's no soul in fish."
No, but I'd say soul is a type of fish, because I know soul's a type
Okay,
of
well,
fish.
I don't know that you know that soul's a kind of fish.
Right. You're missing one ultimate one here.
Go on then.
The arsehole.
Hey!
Wid Yi.
So, you know, we obviously did the Christmas special.
Yeah.
And we did the election special last year.
Yeah.
If the
Memories.
Memories before Trump was
Memories.
back in office and Elon rebranded Tesla as swastikars. Yay! Are we going to do like a World War III special if the world continues to go to shit? Live from the bunker.
I don't know. If we did a World War III special, it would bomb.
Fuck's sake. You know, the only thing that I'm kind of relieved about, right? It's funny, at work, I'm one of the elder hands. I'm
Right.
one of the oldest people in the building.
You're one of the elders of the workforce.
I'm one of the elders. They sit for me.
We are not legion. We are not but one.
We are not but one.
We are the elders.
What was I going to say? Yeah, the thing is, right, being of a certain age is good because if they do conscript people, I'm going to be too old to get enlisted.
How do you know that?
I mean, I'm north of 40. That's ancient.
In the eyes of a new recruit in the army, yeah. But when it's conscripted, they'll just take anybody.
I mean, I've seen Blackadder.
The best thing you can do, if you want to avoid, right, getting conscripted, amputate a body part.
Funnily enough, my cousin had gout lately. Maybe I could say, oh, well, I've got gout.
Nah, I mean, I've got gout, but I can still go hill walking. I can still run. If you want to avoid conscription, take off your index fingers.
Yes.
Because you can't pull a trigger. That is simple. You say, I'm useless with a gun, I can't fire. There you go. And you've still got 8 fingers, so yeah, fine. You might not be able to play the piano ever again or the guitar, but you'll still not have to hit the trenches.
I've actually had an even better idea.
Go for it.
This will be the one and only time in my life where I would possibly take inspiration from Tango Tits.
Right.
I would cite bone spurs. And I could dodge the draft, just like Trump did.
Fucking hell.
I had to. Come on. I mean, if it's good enough for President Tango Tits, it's good enough for me and you. Bone spurs.
Speaking of Tango Tits.
Yes.
Have you seen that KFC have released their new Katie Price special?
No.
No? 2 skinny thighs, 2 large breasts, and a massive greasy well-used bucket. So Katie Price has come out with a statement following all these jokes coming out about her recently, you know.
Can she string enough words together to form a statement?
She has said, all this bollocks about my abattoir hamper looking like a vandalised bus seat and feeling as loose as a dying man's handshake. Jog on. I spent thousands of facelifts, tens of thousands in tit jobs. Do you really think after all the years of torsal tendrils pummeling my slop shop that I'm going to skimp out in a few quid tidying up my beef curtains? Have you seen her recently? Pictures of her recently?
Yeah, I have.
I'll be on right. I'm going to actually come up with a new game show.
Okay.
The game show is called Welcome to Is That Katie Price or Pete Burns? And it just comes up with a photo of a close-up of one of their faces, and you've got to guess, is it Katie Price or is it Pete Burns?
I mean, if she had £1 for every time someone had suggested that, she probably wouldn't be bankrupt for like the 3rd time.
Katie's price is right.
Hey. Have you watched, right? I kind of feel sorry for her to a degree, although I kind of also don't. She's clearly exploiting poor Harvey. He was born into this world with God knows how many problems and whatnot.
Yeah, poor guy.
She's basically making a mockery of him. He obviously has issues. He's got Tourette's amongst a few other things. And she's putting these videos up of him, you know, where he's just swearing at passers-by and going, I'm going to fucking do that, I'm going to fucking do that.
That's not bringing up a kid, though.
No. You're obviously a big fan of Katie Price.
She's up there, right, with my other favourite person.
Which one? You have a few.
Kerry Katona.
Yes, good old lasagna love.
Oh, and another favourite of mine, Liz Truss.
The lettuce.
Yeah. Now, here's a question, actually, on the subject of Liz Truss, right? Would you rather have a statue of Liz Truss made out of lettuce?
Yes.
Or would you rather have a lettuce made out of Liz Truss?
Probably the first one, because then I don't have to clean up the mess.
You don't have to clean up the mess, you just gifted a lettuce made of bits of Liz Truss.
I don't think I want that stench near me. I think I'd go for the lettuce that looks like her. It's the lesser of the two evils.
We'll have kebabs every Friday night when we do this, so...
We do.
What'd you say? Would you like salad and sauce? Well, you're getting this bloody lettuce, so that's your salad and your sauce. It's maybe even your meat.
Are you basically saying that Liz Truss is one of your 5 a day?
Well...
There's something you never thought you'd get asked tonight. I'm sure as hell I didn't think I'd be asked.
I don't want to eat Liz Truss. I don't want to think of her in my mouth. That's just wrong. Shall we just do a Wid Yi?
Let's do a Wid Yi.
Yeah, go on, jump in. There
if this involves lettuces or Liz Truss's, I'm going to be very disappointed. Right.
Let's do it.
Let's see if the handwriting's improved. Would you live in a Portaloo for a month to pay off your mortgage?
Right.
The Portaloo. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, right.
Where's the one place you wouldn't want to nab a Portaloo from?
A music festival.
Can you think of one that has a pyramid stage? Would you hide for a month in a former Glastonbury Portaloo?
Has it been washed out?
It was there the whole time.
Right.
It is pretty heavily soiled.
Oh, so it's not been cleaned out.
It's not been emptied out or cleaned.
Oh,
so you have
God.
You have a sold as seen Glastonbury Portaloo, which you've managed to buy on eBay. God knows how.
Oh, man.
It's been delivered to your house. It's sitting in your driveway. It's been at Glasgow for a month. There's all sorts of diseases that have just been generated in that thing.
And ill-conceived children as well.
I mean, they've probably been flushed, but yeah.
So would I do that to clear my mortgage?
You live in it for a month, and the rest of your mortgage forever disappears.
Right. I live in my house.
Yes.
But I'm not in it all the time. Mm-hmm. For example, I've not been home since this morning.
Yeah.
It is now nearly 8 o'clock at night.
Wow, you're a big boy.
Yeah, I know. The big hand's nearly at 12 and the little hand's
Nearly
at 8.
yeah.
I can tell the time. So basically what I'm saying is I've just got to go in there to sleep at night. Mm-hmm. Or am I succumbed to be locked in this as some sort of solitary confinement?
Right, let me see. Let me reread that. Would you live in a Portaloo for a month to pay off your mortgage? The Portaloos come straight from Glastonbury, yada yada.
So I'm just living in it.
Yeah, it's like you live in your house at the moment. You go home, you cook dinner for you and the cats and the wife, and then you put the cats outside and you go to bed.
Here's another question. Does my wife and my cats have to live in there with me?
Do they live in your house?
They live in my house, but are you putting them through the same punishment?
That's an interesting one because it doesn't specify.
It just says, would I live in a Portaloo?
But I guess if you're then taking the rules of, well, you don't have to work in the Portaloo, is it then inferring that the rule is that your poor, long-suffering missus and moggies have to accompany you into the Portaloo of shame?
But it doesn't say that. It just means like maybe...
but that's what I'm getting at. If you're inferring the rules of living, then does that by virtue extend?
I don't know if it does, because it just says, would I live in? It doesn't say, would me and my family live in there?
Do you think it would be like a Portaloo with a mezzanine? It would be like that time that Asda went in a building programme and put mezzanine floors in everywhere.
How big is this Portaloo going to be? Is it going to be like a solitary Portaloo? Is it going to be like one of those porta cabins which have all sorts of like maybe 3 or 4 loos in it and plumbed in sinks and all that?
No, it's not going to be. Have you seen one of them at Glastonbury? No.
They may be doing the backstage area.
Yeah, for the very important plebs.
Well, the very important people like Paul McCartney. I mean, do you really think Paul McCartney would use a Portaloo? I think not. He's got his own throne in there.
It's made of solid gold.
It's made of solid... That's the one that's been nicked, isn't it? Paul McCartney's toilet.
How desperate are you to pay off the rest of your mortgage?
It would be very nice if I paid off my mortgage.
Okay, let's simplify it down. For practicality reasons, I can't believe we're going down this avenue here, but here we go. For practicality reasons, you and you alone must suffer the Glastonbury Portaloo of shame for 1 month.
It's not been emptied.
It's not been emptied, it's not been cleaned.
Do I get to clean it?
There's nothing to stop you.
Well, no, not at all. If this Portaloo's outside my house, I'll just get a garden hose and spray the bastard down.
I'm not promising there'll be any bog roll when you get it.
I'm not going to use it. So,
don't think anyone at Glastonbury does.
No, they just shit in the corner, do they?
It's self-composting.
It's self-composting. And I'll be honest with you, this year's lineup at Glastonbury, you just have to look at it and think, that's shit, man.
Maybe you get the lineup.
Get the lineup up. It's not that great.
I haven't actually seen it. Who's playing at Glastonbury this year?
Do you want to know? I can't even tell you who's playing at Glastonbury this year. It's that bad.
It can be.
Right? Tell me that's a good lineup.
Google's making it quite small.
I can't even remember.
I have to use my big man glasses here.
Oh wait, Rod Stewart's in the legend stage. And let's face it, to be his old, he's no longer a legend, he's a biblical character.
I'm assuming, right, they still have some acts to add to the lineup.
See, now, you're not even impressed by this lineup.
I'm actually genuinely not. This is pretty fucking awful. So,
go for it. Who's headlining?
There's nothing wrong, can I just point out, right, there's nothing wrong with some of the artists they've booked. What strikes me is there's no kind of wow factor.
No.
So the Friday night in
headlining
the 1975.
Yeah, wow.
On Vogue and Franz Ferdinand are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines down.
Yeah, but they haven't released anything in about 20 years.
They have. They've just put out an album, I think.
Have they? I did not know that.
Fatboy Slim, right? Hang on.
He's there every year, though.
He is, but I mean, you'd pay good money to see Norman Cook. He's 4 lines down. He's considered less important than Wet Leg. Wet Leg are genuinely... I'm not shitting you here. Wet Leg, I'm not taking the piss either, because Wet Leg are. There is a band playing Glastonbury on Friday night called Wet Leg. Right. Saturday, the headliners, somebody called Ray.
Ray Stevenson?
Just Ray with an E.
Ray Charles?
John Fogerty's playing.
Who the fuck is that?
Was he not in Creedence Clearwater Revival? I think he might have been.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, he was.
Left field, Gary Newman. The Kaiser Chiefs are really down the billing, as are Scissor Sisters on the Saturday. Now, again...
Right, but it's not exactly any wow factor bands here, is it?
Neil Young's doing Glastonbury again.
Neil Young, that was the one. That was the one I was thinking of.
Am I out of turn here for saying this? But I don't find Neil Young that inspiring
No.
or good.
Well, here's one. I'm going to the Download Festival this year. Who's headlining the Friday night?
Neil Young?
Green Day.
Yeah, it's not bad.
See, that's a bit more of a wow factor, is it?
I would say so. They're very topical just now as well.
Well, it's because they're on tour.
Every time I go on TikTok, they seem to be there singing their Donald Trump-inspired version of American Idiot as well.
It's as if the song was named after him.
Maybe I'm not a MAGA American. Yeah. The Sunday of Glastonbury is even more disappointing.
Right.
Friday's not great.
I'll tell you who's playing this Sunday at Download, but you go.
No, you go first. I insist.
Okay, so see who's actually playing. I think, right, headlining it's definitely Korn, right?
Okay.
So up there, iconic.
Not bothered,
band.
but I can see the appeal.
Not your cup
Not
of
my
tea,
cup of
but
tea,
I
no.
love Korn. You've also got Steel Panther, The Darkness, and there's somebody else who's playing. I want to see Alien Ant Farm.
Nice. They will play their 2 songs.
Yeah, that's all I'm bothered about.
Smooth Criminal and Movies.
But they're still good songs.
They are.
And
Sunday.
The videos are awesome too.
They were.
They were good.
Music videos have been shit for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
I will take your Sunday at Download.
Right, and you're going to beat me with what?
Girl in Red.
Aye, totally, aye.
Yeah. Celeste. No Daphne. They've had to split up, I'm guessing.
Really?
The Libertines. I mean, if he's not wankered. Noah Can, who has that one song about COVID on the plane. The Prodigy, right, fine. I'd go and see the Prodigy to say I've seen them live.
I've seen them live. They're not that great. Because, do you want to know? Well, actually, they weren't that great. But they'd be shite now that, what's his name, Keith?
Yeah, Keith.
Keith what again? What was his
Flint? No.
Keith Flint, that was it. But I saw them at Download 2012, thereabouts. Not my cup of tea at all. But now Keith Flint's dead. You know, it's a bit like going to see the Sex Pistols with no Johnny Rotten.
Queen without Freddie Mercury.
I've seen Queen without Freddie Mercury, actually.
I bet it was shit.
They were actually still quite good because they had Paul Rodgers.
I couldn't take to that version. Anyway, back to Glastonbury.
Still a good singer, though.
Yeah, he is, but he's not Freddie Mercury.
He's not Freddie Mercury, but still a good show.
Sunday.
Right.
Your pal Rod Stewart.
Do you want to know, 25 years ago, South Park took the piss out of him being old, and he was there to blast Jesus into the millennium.
Rod Stewart?
Yeah, Rod Stewart, and they made this thing of him in a wheelchair just going up and going,
He doesn't strike me as being very God-fearing, but never mind.
No, but Jesus was having this big party to say, yes, I'm going to do something for the millennium. I'm going to have a big party in Las Vegas, and Rod Stewart's going to sing, and he just comes up in his wheelchair, and all he says is, he can only say 2 words, and that's, pooped him. And the nurse would come on the stage while the guitarist is going, and he's going, and after he says, pooped him, the nurse will come and change his nappy.
Right, I'm never going to...
That was 25 years ago.
When they considered him old.
When they considered him old. What is he now?
God, near death. Near death. The headline for Sunday.
Right.
Nothing wrong with her, but this does not scream Glastonbury.
No.
Who do you think's headlining Sunday? Do you know?
Amy Winehouse.
No, she's still dead.
Is she still dead?
She's still dead.
Michael Jackson.
He's still dead.
He's dead, right.
Spoiler alert, Freddie Mercury's very much still dead as well.
Oh, that was my next guess.
Olivia Rodrigo, who is not dead, is playing Glastonbury.
Who's Olivia Rodrigo?
Vampire. You must have heard this. It's so dowdy. She does some good stuff. I can't remember the rest of it, but she did Vampire. Driver's License.
Nah, never heard that. I've never heard of this woman in my life. Right, do you want to know something?
What?
I'll get a ticket for Glastonbury if they get Kurt Cobain headlining.
He's still dead.
Wid Yi.
I still can't believe you don't know who Olivia Rodrigo is.
Do I care? You know the kind of music I listen to.
You mean you won't be going to see her Sunday night at Glastonbury?
No, I'm going to Korn.
What, the same night as Glastonbury?
It's near enough the same time, I suppose. It's
Busy washing your hair the night of Glastonbury?
yes.
Combing your beard. Right, come on then. Time to hit us with another widget. By the way, if you haven't done it yet, remember, we're looking for your submissions.
WhatsApp your widget to this number.
4474606 43930. WhatsApp your widget.
Would you?
Head on to widyi.com. You can fill out the Wid Yi thingy majigger there, or you can get us on the social media.
But we just like hearing your voice, so send us a voice.
Voice notes are preferred.
Yeah, preferred.
Voice notes are preferred.
Yes, voice notes are preferred.
Me being able to speak is preferred as well. Right, come on then.
Do you want to know what's preferred? If you don't just say no to this widget like you do every other widget I ask you.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
Yes. Widget tattoo an upside down mouth on your forehead. Tattoo a couple of upside down eyes on your cheeks. Then grow a beard to look like you have an upside down head. For a lifetime membership to Blockbuster Video.
I mean, it's tempting. See if you'd said we're going to do an upside down. What was an upside down mouth?
Yeah, basically. Tattoo, so you've got an upside down tattooed face.
Yeah, I get the idea.
On your face. But I don't know how this is going to work with your normal face. I mean, if you've got an upside down face tattooed on your face, that means your upside down face has got an upside down nose.
I have a headache. I mean, if you hadn't made it on my cheeks and my forehead, I think I would have done it just for shits and giggles.
What, so put eyes on your cheeks and a mouth in your forehead?
You sound like you're singing head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes and cheeks and forehead and fingers.
Alright, so would you tattoo a shoulder on your knee?
A shoulder on my knee, yeah, because I can cover it up all the time.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking...
I said yes!
Martin said yes to the shittest widget.
Martin said yes. Martin said yes.
Aye, calm down. You said yes once.
I said yes last week as well. Hey, to be fair, when the guy in the kebab shop said, "Do you want garlic sauce?" I went, yes.
But that's like going to McDonald's, and if they say, "Do you want chips with your Big Mac?" here, of course you're going to say yes. It's not a big deal.
I actually went to McDonald's a few weeks ago, me and my pal, because I'm gluten intolerant, right? The McDonald's menu will basically give me the shits for a month of Sundays. I can do it, but it doesn't end well. Me and my pal went in, this is true, ordered the McDonald's salad.
Why would you do that?
Because think of all the sugary goodness. I did not have fries with it.
It's like going to Turkey and not having a kebab.
Yeah, or getting turkey teeth.
Yeah, or a BBL from Turkey.
A what?
A BBL.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't get one of them. Right, anyway, where were we going before glutardation?
I don't know, but I can talk about something if you want.
Was this not like me getting tattoos done?
That's
what it was.
That was it, yeah. You getting tattoos.
Right, hang on. I am actually getting a tattoo. No, I'm not getting Elon Musk doing his special wave either. I am getting a tattoo.
You are getting a tattoo?
I am getting a tattoo.
Oh.
You know my cassette tape?
Yeah, you're getting the pen, are you?
The pencil. Now, it's funny because I actually bumped into Vivian, my tattoo artist. In Aberdeen, you got George Street, Legion to Disappointment Land, which is the high street.
Yep.
And Vivian's tattoo shop has moved there. So I was walking into town, past Vivian. She's like, tattoo man.
You have one tattoo. That constitutes you as a tattoo man.
Well, to be fair, I have been messaging her about getting the pencil added in.
Right.
So I was like, right, screw this. We keep saying we'll get a date sorted. Nothing ever happens. Went in. She's like, but I suggest you get a pen done. I'm like, no.
Pencil.
Pencil. Has to be pencil.
To be or not to be.
Unless it's a 4B or a 4HB.
I think you should tattoo your finger to look like a pencil. So when you're scratching your arm, you can start twisting it in that cassette tape.
What, like that?
Yeah.
It'd have to be, is that my index finger? The main one would have to be the index finger, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just why have you got your finger tattooed? Is it because I can't keep winding my tape back?
You know what I could do is I could just put 2B at the very base of my finger.
And then the other finger says, or not 2B.
I mean, that's going to be a fucking big tattoo on that hand by comparison. I actually like that as an idea.
Yeah,
is it wrong that I like that idea?
Tattoo your finger as a pencil and that's it. Right, change it. Right. Fuck the upside down mouth and face or whatever
Bin
it is. Right?
In the bin.
Right. That's it. Right, Martin, when you get your tattoo done, would you tattoo your finger to look like a pencil?
Yes.
It's got to be in your your right hand.
Has to be on my right hand because my tattoo's on my left hand.
Yep, and it's just a cassette tape he's got. So you're going to do it. I'm
going to do it.
You're going to tattoo your finger to look like a pencil.
Oh, sorry, how much am I getting paid again?
You're just getting a tattoo done. You're getting it free from Vivian for the plug.
Saves me 60 quid, I'm game.
Wid Yi.
So it was date night last weekend.
How did that go? Are you still married?
I'm still married.
Good.
Let's just say we went to go and see that new film, Manipulative Hoe Bag Part 4.
What, Bridget Jones?
Bridget Jones, yeah.
She is?
Well, do you want to know, right? I call it Manipulative Hoe Bag because she's a manipulative hoe bag.
She's been called worse.
Well, I'm calling it that. You know why?
Why? Is it because she's a manipulative hoe bag?
She's a manipulative hoe bag, and in every film she's got two guys fighting over her.
And is one of them yet again Hugh Grant?
Probably.
But you watched this.
Well, Hugh Grant is in the film, but every Bridget Jones film, it's always Hugh Grant and Colin Firth fighting over Bridget Jones. Now, if Bridget Jones was a guy and he had two ladies fighting over him, the film would be shut by the feminist community.
Yeah, it would.
For promoting masculinity and sexism. You know, it would just be seen as that, even though it's just maybe called Ben Jones's Diary. And he's got to deal
That
with...
sounds a lot less interesting, to be
Well,
fair.
it does.
Ben's Diary,
Let's just
Monday,
face
I
it.
cooked.
Yeah, but, oh wait, hang on. I've now got some blonde and some brunette fighting over me. Yeah, I can see why that's
Would one
boring.
of them be dancing provocatively on the stairs of Downing Street, trying not to fall over? I mean, fuck. If Hugh Grant tried that in 2025, he'd end up in hospital.
Well, on that note, the missus knew I wasn't a fan of Bridget Jones. I've never been a fan of Bridget Jones, and I find the very film very offensive. So, we went back home, and she said, we watched what I wanted to at the cinema, let's watch what you want to. So I went up to my DVD collection, and I picked a wonderful and enchanting film.
Was it Diary of a Whole Bag Part 3?
No. I'm just going to tell you the synopsis for this film, right?
And I have to guess it from that.
Yeah, you have to guess it, right? It's a beautiful, wonderful, and enchanting film about cooperation, friendship, teamwork, and all races working together. Truly is a film about all of us being the same and unites every human being regardless of race, creed, or colour.
I think I know what it is.
Beautiful. What is it then?
I think it's Ghostbusters.
No.
Oh.
The Human Centipede.
I mean, they're certainly stuck together.
Well, they have to work as a team in that film, and regardless of race, creed, and colour, I made her watch A Human Centipede, and yeah.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I'm going to get more of these now on TikTok. I keep getting the recommendations.
Don't Google The Human Centipede.
Is The Human Centipede the first one? What's the sequel called?
The Human Centipede 2.
Right. Is that the one? Is the sequel the one where the Americans think, you know what, we're spending too much money on prisons, let's just stitch everyone ass to mouth?
I think that was the third one.
That was the third one, right?
I've only seen the first two. I don't think I've seen the third one.
But then you've also seen Sharknado, whereas I haven't.
Sharknado's brilliant.
Yeah, but anyway, Human Centipede. I mean, no, I have absolutely no desire whatsoever to watch that.
Did you watch the DVD?
No.
Martin says no. Martin says no.
Hey, look, here we go again. I said no.
Yeah, Martin has said no to borrowing The Human Centipede.
It's the right choice.
But back on that a wee bit. So watching The Human Centipede, right?
Can't believe you did that.
But I even made her watch the making of, and why the fuck?
No.
Right, why there's a making of documentary on The Human Centipede? It's just some Dutch guy that says, "Yes, I just wanted to make a movie about showing three people ass to mouth." It's literally
Scraps
gold
and
member.
pancakes, scraps and pancakes.
The guy is just gold member with a cowboy hat. And yes, I just wanted to show three people ass to mouth. But he did actually come up with it though. Apparently, to put a fitting punishment for paedophiles was to sew their mouth to the anus of a fat truck driver. And that's how he got the idea. It grew arms and legs to the Human Centipede.
Well, it grew asses and mouths.
Yeah, grew asses and mouths. So, I've kind of got an idea for this, you know? And it's a different kind of widget.
Can I stop you right there?
Go on.
I almost feel that this needs a preemptive. Martin says no. Martin says no.
It's not that kind of... It's a discussion piece.
So it's not about the Human Centipede anymore.
It kind of is. Who would you put in a Human Centipede? Pick 3 celebrities.
Oh, right,
See,
okay. This I'm up for.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
At the very back,
Yeah.
President Tango Tits.
Okay.
In a
okay.
heartbeat.
Is that because his mouth looks like a sphincter anyway?
I'm just thinking he should get the benefits of everything. I use the word benefit quite loosely.
Okay.
I'd like him to be the end recipient.
Okay.
I would also stitch his backside up. That has nowhere to go.
Okay. I'm with you.
I like the thought of that. The Human Centipede ends here.
But to be a human...
Weld it shut.
To be a Human Centipede, you need to have humans in it. That man doesn't count as a human to me.
For the purposes of this widget, Donald Trump gets a free pass.
Okay, right. So Donald Trump, you're putting in the Human Centipede.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, this is difficult.
It's
There's
a good
so many
one, is it?
people. Yeah.
3 people. You've just got to pick 3.
So
And
Donald
what
Trump's at
order?
the back.
Yep, in the middle.
It would be an easy pick to see Elon Musk, but I think this is too good for him. I would say J.D. Vance.
I see this being basically you're just not liking the American Republican Party.
Whatever gave you that idea? Is it because they're voted for by hillbillies and run by hillbillies?
So what you're basically doing is you're doing a politically motivated human centipede.
Okay, right, I'll tell you what then. I'll take J.D. Vance out.
Okay.
Who am I going to put in his place? Presumably they still have to be alive for this because there's a possibility this might become...
What, you thinking somebody dead? I mean, how do you put a dead person in a human centipede? It's not going to work, is it?
Well, I mean, it is, but the other 2 guys are doing all the donkey work.
Yeah. But they're not swallowing anything and they're not excreting anything, so you lose this kind of
I don't know.
beautiful circle of life.
Eventually... Fuck me. Eventually it would fill up to the point it starts coming out. Who would I have in the middle of the... I need to... Right, hang on. If Donald Trump's at the back, the obvious thing is, who do I dislike enough to put in this contraption, but not enough that they get the front end?
Do you want to know, if there's somebody who you hate more than Donald Trump, who there might not be, whose mouth would you sew to Donald Trump's ass? So that's a bad punishment in its own right, because all he eats is Big Macs.
I genuinely do not think I could put anyone behind Donald Trump. I don't think there's anyone on this earth I despise any more than President Tango Tits.
James Corden.
I'll put James Corden in the middle. That's an easy one. So now we get James Corden in the middle, Donald Trump behind him. Who's James Corden feeding off of?
And this is the one that, according to the film, didn't suffer the most. Because they got to eat, they got to breathe.
It's going to be sore at the back, don't get me wrong, but yeah, they can eat whatever they want. To be honest, it's going to have to be someone that I hate, but who will also secretly get some kind of pleasure of knowing that James Corden and Donald Trump are stitched to the back of them.
Yeah. What about somebody at the front who's got permanent diarrhea?
I know.
What?
Katie Price.
I don't know, because she's not got a real arse anymore. So does it work, you know? I mean, our arse has got so much silicone
that
in
must
it.
be the only bit of her that's actually still legit.
I've just got a better idea here, right? There's no man in this world I hate more than James Corden.
Yes.
Right. Why don't I just take James Corden out of your centipede, because I've got something better for him.
No.
Well, no, I'm going to sew James Corden's mouth to James Corden's ass so that he becomes a human car tyre. Right, fuck it. I'm taking James Corden out of your centipede.
You can.
Look,
He's there.
I can.
He's there.
He's there, but I'm taking him out. You know why?
Why?
There's nobody I hate on this earth more than James Corden. I mean, nobody in the... James Corden... I see him on the telly, I turn him off. I haven't seen the Friends reunion episode because James Corden was in it. I stopped watching Doctor Who because James Corden was in it. Can't stand the man. So I'm going to make James Corden into his very own human centipede. I'm going to sew his mouth, bend him over, and sew his mouth into his own ass after I make him eat a shit ton of curry. So he's got this constant flow of poop going around and around and around, and he becomes basically the human car tyre.
Is it going to be the order from Gavin and Stacey, because he'll be there for a month?
Thanks for listening.
Would you do us a favour and check back again next week?
And don't forget to find and like us on the socials.
Wid Yi.